for someone out there. Be considerate. Be mindful of the people around you. Trust that the direction that you're heading is the right direction. Because along your path, you will find obstacles. But it's not about you overcoming the obstacles. It's about you understanding what it takes to get to the destination. Kamisha Monica, everybody. And this message is for someone out there. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Las Vegas Tribune News, local news, and online music and entertainment. My name is Kamisha Monica. Everybody, if you ain't here, you ain't nowhere. Now, I'm back with another show. I'm glad. I'm glad we all woke up this morning. I'm glad, well, I hope some of you have gratitude just for that. Because this week, I realized a couple of things. I realized that people are taking life for granted. They are waking up and just think that this is just the way it's supposed to be. No. A lot of people didn't get up this morning. So I would say to all of you out there, be mindful that it's another opportunity every time you get up and you get to smile and get to see your family, get to speak to them, get to go out in the world and make a difference of yourself. Now, let me get into the show. First, of course, I'm going to tell you two things you could do in Las Vegas. Second, I'll give you some social updates just so we can know what's going on around the world. And we'll talk about the state of Black American culture and heritage. And is it important? I'll lead you on to network music world, artist song in the 21st century, and what is going on here. Let's get on with the show. 2 things you can do in Las Vegas when you get here. Now, I found this to be really interesting. Did you know we had exotic car racing here? So if you go down to the Motor Speedway, you will find that you can rent out exotic cars for as little as $99. This is the price as of today. Don't be getting me later. $99. You can ride exotic cars and you can speed with them. And some of them actually you can do with the driver. But Mercedes, Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini. These are the cars that you can go out and race. They have more, but I'll tell you this. I haven't done it yet, but I actually am. I'm not like this need for speed person, but I think that might be cool. A thing you can try if you come to Las Vegas. Second, the Panic Escape Room. It's a cocktail lounge and bar. It's at the Grand Canal Shops. I mean, I think this is more about the experience of being in some kind of scary place. So, cocktails, drinks, and the weird thing I found is the age that you can be going there. I think it's like you do not have to be 21 and over. You can actually. It said 8 years old. I just can't believe that. But maybe it's true. It said 8 years old. I'm just telling you. Please check. Please check. All right. Moving on to social updates. Everybody, I know I talked about Black culture, and definitely Black culture is an element of the show, but social updates are always important too. And this is just something that I don't know, I like to do. So here's a couple of social updates that you might have not known about. Over 200 million girls and women alive today have undergone female genital mutilation. This is still happening. In 30 countries, they are practicing this. If you don't know what this is when they remove the external, let me say it right, partial or total removal of the external female genitalia. From infancy to up to 15 years old, they're doing this. Practiced in over 30 countries. Let's talk about the continents. Africa, the Middle East, and East Asia. It is still being practiced today. What? What? I don't know what the purpose of it really is, but it's not making sense to me. It's not making sense. UFO disclosure. Remember last week I talked, well, if you were with me last week, everybody, I talked about a UFO transparency bill. Well, there's two conditions I found with this bill pressing the government to show us all the aliens they've collected in spaceships. Allegedly. But the bill has passed. There are two things that you should know out there about this bill, which is not making sense to me. They have up to 25 years from the date of record, creation date of record, and the president can determine that the record can remain classified for national security. What's the point of passing the bill if you're not going to tell us, or you're going to put a hold on it for 25 years? What? So if you found an alien today, it would be 25 years from now that you have to keep this information. What's the point of passing the bill? Third, nearly half of all child brides live in South Asia. Almost half, 45%. With the next longest share in sub-Saharan Africa, 20%. East Asia and the Pacific, 15%. In Latin America and the Caribbean, 4%. Child brides. This is still a thing. I know human trafficking is a really big thing, but child brides? And maybe, you know what? I'm not gonna be totally judgmental. I feel here, coming from an American perspective, a child bride is something they're just too young. But in other countries, I don't know what the justification is for marrying a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old or 11-year-old. It's not making sense. Make it make sense. Let's do some math here. Let's get the mathing. Okay. Last but not least, a study out of Northwestern University found that 22.4% of songs on the Billboard Hot 100 have themes of alcohol. And get this, rap, hip hop, and R&B music leads to top genres for this. And the second one is our good old country music coming in at second. I think you guys need to know that, because I'm not saying that, alcohol is a bad thing under supervision, and if you know how to control it and you're drinking responsibly, you're over 21. But I am saying that I don't know if the link of this type of lifestyle maybe is having some kind of impact on my next topic. Black culture. All right, everybody, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double Eight Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double Eight Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double Eight Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
All right, everybody, we're back. All right, now we're going to move on to the state of Black American culture. And the question today is our heritage worth preserving? Well, I mean, let's talk about heritage. Identity, history, cultural norms, foundation for the future, our roots. I think, is it worth preserving? Well, do we even know what it is? Do we even know where Black American culture in America starts? And I'm not talking about immigration this time. I'm talking about Black Americans born in this country, learning the cultural norms, creating our own cultural norms from the cultural norms we were taught, and that being Black American culture. Some people may not accept that. Some people may say, hey, no. Africa is also my culture. But I assure you that African culture is another culture with their own norms and their own values and the way they do things. So today, I guess I am trying to get closer to Black American culture and what that is and what our heritage is. So I guess in order to preserve it, we have to figure out what it is. And two, in order for us to feel like we have any obligation to preserve it, we must also sit down and understand who we are. So I guess we will travel back to Africa, whether that's on a plane or through a book. But I also believe that there are things that the Black American culture have in common here that could make up our cultural heritage. And hopefully, over the next few shows, we'll get to know what that is. So should we be preserving our culture? Yeah, once we know what it is. Yeah. Okay, now, this story right here kind of got to me. And it's really close at heart. Really close at heart. Excuse me, y'all. I still got frogs in my throat. It's a little early. Well, first we must ask ourselves, what is going on here? 2, is the actions justified? And 3, is this even real? God is in the house today. But I don't know if he was in the house with Sister Mary Margaret Cooper. Oh, Sister Mary Margaret Cooper, and I grew up being taught by nuns, okay? I went to private school. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I did go to private school. I didn't learn everything I should have learned because of myself, but there was a lot to learn. But back to Sister Mary Margaret Cooper. 80-year-old nun stole $835,000 between 2008 to 2018 for gambling expenses. What? Principal of St. James Catholic School in LA suburb of Torrance. What? My city. Well, I'm from LA, but Torrance is a suburb there. She pled guilty to wire fraud and money laundering, and she was sentenced to 1 year in prison. What? Sister, I'm a little surprised that she had a gambling debt, and that was nearly $1 million. Well, I'm sure she'll be forgiven, right? I don't know. But I found this story out of sight this week because oftentimes you find that people who focus on religion and people who are within the realms of religion have really high standards. And I'm not saying that we all don't have faults, and this shows you that we do. We all do. But I think in society they hold nuns and priests and our religious top officials to a higher standard. So I kind of feel bad for Sister Mary Margaret Cooper, but I'm sure she enjoyed spending all that money. At the end of the day. No shade here, sis. No shade. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to go to another commercial break. And when I come back, you guys better get ready for Network Music World Artist Song of the 21st Century. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Edgar Alejandro. I'm the co-founder of Rising Again Productions. So we've been here in Vegas producing films for the past couple of years, and we've seen our fair share of studios. We've worked in our fair share of studios, and to be honest, WWDBTV has been our favorite by far. John is so welcoming. The space is wonderful. It's perfect for what we need. We've had rehearsals here, we've had callbacks here, we've had table reads here. So if you're a Vegas creative, or really just a creative coming into Vegas, definitely check out this space, chat with John. I think you'll find that this studio has everything that you'll need as well.
Network Music World Artist Song in the 21st Century goes to, with over 6.37 million subscribers on YouTube, Billboard Hot 100, it hit the number 11 spot. With lyrics like, grab a gun, kinda crazy, she poison but tasty. What? Record label, Atlantic Records. Songwriters, Henry Walter, William Lobenbean, Madison Love, Amanda Cossey, Andreas Adrian Hoagland, produced by Circuit, also known as Henry Walter. Network Music World Artist Song in the 21st Century goes to Network Music World Artist Song of the 21st Century goes to, from the album Heaven and Hell, Ava Max, Sweet But Psycho. You are a Network Music World Artist Song of the 21st Century. And thank you for your contributions to music. Life is good. It gets better with music. Now for our closing thought. All right, everybody. Before I go, a thought just crossed my mind. If we are being considerate of others, if we are being mindful, then why so much chaos in the world? Can somebody answer that question for me? If we have been taught these values and principles to be on the right track, to be grateful for just the sheer existence of life, then why are some of us getting lost and not doing the very thing that's so simple? That's just to wake up, be grateful, and go out in the world and be kind. I don't know. I'm puzzled by it. But everybody out there, that's it. That's all. Until we meet again, I'll see you next week. Deuces.